This cozy living room almost sent me to the ER. Twice. If you're over 60, your home might feel familiar and comforting. But hidden dangers could be putting your safety at risk every single day. From tripping hazards to poor lighting. These 10 common design mistakes are surprisingly easy to overlook, until it's too late. But here's the good news. With just a few simple changes, you can make your living room feel safer, more comfortable, and truly supportive of your lifestyle. Let's walk through each mistake together, so your home protects you, not the other way around. Your living room should be the safest, most relaxing space in your home. But for many of us over 60, it slowly turns into an obstacle course, tripping hazards, dim lighting, awkward furniture layouts. Sound familiar? You're not alone. The truth is, it's not about keeping up with perfect decor, it's about creating a space that supports your comfort, mobility, and peace of mind. In the next few minutes, we'll walk through simple changes that can make a big difference in how you feel at home. Starting today, in this video, I'll walk you through the 10 most common living room design mistakes older adults often overlook, and show you exactly how to fix each one without breaking the bank. These small changes can have a big impact on your comfort and safety, and if you stick around until the end, I'll share the one simple adjustment I made that instantly made my living room feel 10 years younger, and so much easier to move around in. Let's make your space work with you, not against you. Number 1. Loose area rugs. These trip more people than you think. Let's start with a quiet hazard hiding in plain sight: loose area rugs. They may look cozy, stylish, or sentimental, but they're one of the most common causes of trips and falls inside the home. In fact, many older adults don't realize how easily a curled corner or a slipping rug can lead to a serious injury. If you've ever felt your foot catch slightly on a rug, or noticed it shift just a little when you step on it, that's a warning sign. It might not seem like a big deal now, but one small misstep could lead to a fall that changes everything. Here's the thing. Most people don't notice it until it's too late. We get used to stepping around the problem. We shuffle carefully. We avoid the edges. But you shouldn't have to adjust your life to fit your rug. Your rug should adjust to you. The fix? Incredibly simple. Start by checking if your rugs slide or move when walked on. If they do, try adding non-slip rug grippers or pads underneath. These are inexpensive and easy to install. No tools required. They hold the rug firmly in place, preventing that dangerous shifting that causes so many falls. If the rug is old, curling, or uneven, it might be time to let it go. Consider switching to a low-profile, rubber-backed rug that lays flat and grips the floor. These are especially helpful on hardwood or tile, where slipping is more likely. You might even ask yourself, do I still need this rug at all? If it's purely decorative and not serving a clear function, like providing warmth or softening a step, it may be safer to remove it altogether. I know, sometimes it's hard to part with something you've had for years. But think about this. Would you rather keep a rug you like, or avoid a fall that could lead to a hospital stay, months of recovery, or worse? Our homes should adapt to us as we age, not the other way around. Taking 5 minutes to secure or replace a rug could save you weeks or months of pain later. It's not about fear. It's about freedom. The freedom to move through your space with confidence and peace of mind. So if you're walking over a loose rug every day, don't ignore it. That small change could be the first step toward a safer, more supportive home. 2. Poor lighting, especially at night. $1 store item changed this for me instantly. Let's talk about something we often take for granted, until we really need it: lighting. During the day, everything looks fine. Sunlight streams through the windows, and we move around without thinking twice. But at night, that's when the risks quietly multiply. Poor lighting, especially in living rooms and hallways, is one of the biggest hidden dangers for older adults. A dim corner, an unlit path, or shadows near furniture can turn a familiar room into a hazard zone after sunset. I didn't realize how bad mine was until I got up late one night to grab a glass of water. The living room looked like a cave. I bumped into the corner of a coffee table I'd had for 10 years. That bruise lasted weeks, and it woke me up to a problem I didn't even know I had. Here's the thing. As we age, our eyes naturally need more light to see clearly. What looked okay 5 years ago might be dangerously dim today. And when you add in nighttime bathroom trips, late TV watching, or just walking to the kitchen for a snack. You're dealing with a lot of low-light risk. But here's the good news. Fixing it is fast, affordable, and in some cases, literally costs $1. The game changer for me? A motion sensor night light from the dollar store. That tiny light instantly transformed my living room at night. No fumbling for switches. No harsh overhead lights. Just a soft, warm glow that turned on as soon as I stepped into the room. Suddenly, I could move with confidence, even barefoot and half asleep. If you want to level up, consider plug-in LED night lights that automatically turn on at dusk and off at dawn. Or better yet, install smart bulbs you can control from your phone or set on a schedule. No more forgetting to leave a light on. And don't just stop at one room. Think about the pathways you use most, from the couch to the kitchen, to the bathroom or your bedroom. Every step should be clearly lit, especially in the hours when your body and balance are least reliable. Want an extra tip? Choose warm light tones instead of harsh white light. They're easier on the eyes and don't disrupt your sleep rhythm. Think cozy and calm, not clinical. This isn't just about convenience. It's about preventing falls, reducing stress, and protecting your independence. Because one missed step in the dark can mean a trip to the ER, a broken bone, or even a permanent change in how you live. I often hear people say, "I know my way around my house. I don't need night lights." But here's the truth, even the most familiar space can become disorienting when it's pitch black, especially at 3 a.m. And for something that costs less than a cup of coffee, the peace of mind is priceless. So if your living room gets dark at night, don't wait. Whether it's a $1 motion light or a smart home upgrade, this one fix can instantly make your space feel safer, more welcoming, and built for the life you live now. 3. Low coffee tables or sharp corners. Fix rounded corners or furniture risers. Here's a piece of furniture we almost never question. The coffee table. It sits in front of the couch, holds our books, remotes, maybe a mug of tea. It's always been there. It feels familiar and useful, but if you're over 60, that same table might also be one of the biggest hazards in your living room. Let me explain. Most traditional coffee tables are low, knee height, or even lower. And while that might have worked fine when you were younger, the way we move changes as we age. Our balance shifts. Our reaction time slows. And sometimes, we just don't lift our feet quite as high. Now imagine this. You're getting up from the couch, slightly off balance, maybe reaching for something on the table, and bam, you bump your shin, catch your toe, or worse, stumble and fall. Even a soft trip can leave a bruise. But if that table has sharp corners or sits in a tight spot between furniture, it can mean real injury, cuts, fractures, even head trauma. I once caught my knee on a sharp edge while simply bending down to pick up a dropped pen, and I limped for 2 days. And that's the part no one talks about. How something so ordinary, so expected, can become quietly dangerous when we're not paying attention. So what's the fix? Start by looking at height and spacing. Is your coffee table too low? Do you have to lean far forward to reach it? Is there barely enough room to walk around it? If yes, it may be time to adjust or replace it. You can try simple furniture risers to lift it up a few inches, making it easier to see, reach, and avoid. They're affordable, easy to install, and instantly improve both comfort and safety. Next, look at those sharp corners. If your table has hard angles or glass edges, consider adding corner protectors. You can find them online or at any home safety store. They're discreet, cushioned, and protect you from painful bumps. But if you're ready for a change, switch to a rounded edge coffee table or a soft ottoman-style table. These not only eliminate sharp corners, but also double as extra seating or hidden storage, perfect for keeping the space clutter-free. And here's something else to think about. Do you really use your coffee table that often? Some people find they can live just fine without one, especially if they have side tables or shelves nearby. Removing it altogether can open up space, improve flow, and remove one more obstacle from your daily path. Remember, this isn't about making your home look clinical or overly cautious. It's about smart comfort. Your living room should support your needs today, not the way things were 10 or 20 years ago. You've earned the right to move freely and safely in your own home. That coffee table, it shouldn't be something you have to tiptoe around. It should serve you, not surprise you. So take a fresh look at the center of your living room. If your table's too low, too sharp, or just in the way, Don't wait for a stubbed toe or a bruised shin to convince you. Make the change now and give yourself the space to breathe, move, and relax safely. 4. Overcrowded furniture layout. If it feels like an obstacle course, it probably is. Fix, reposition, or remove extra furniture for better flow. Take a moment and picture yourself walking across your living room. Do you have to squeeze between the edge of a chair and the wall? Turn sideways to get past the coffee table? Step over cords or sidestep a plant stand? If yes, you're not alone. Most of us don't notice just how tight our living spaces become over time. We had a side table here, a reading chair there, a decorative stand in the corner, and before we know it, our once open space feels like a maze. Here's the truth. If your living room feels like an obstacle course, it probably is. And for older adults, that tight squeeze isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. Every extra turn, every narrow gap, every blind corner increases the chance of tripping, bumping, or losing your balance. I once visited a friend in her 70s who had the loveliest living room, but I noticed she always shuffled when she walked through it. She told me it was just her aging legs. But after we moved one chair and removed an old footstool, she stood up straighter and walked smoother. It wasn't her legs. It was the layout. You don't need to do a full remodel to make a big impact. The key is to create clear, wide walkways, especially between commonly used spots like the sofa, the TV, the bathroom entrance, and the kitchen. Here's how to get started. Stand at your front door or hallway and look into your living room like a guest would. Notice the natural path someone might take. Ask yourself, do I have at least 36 inches of space between major pieces of furniture? If not, that's a sign something needs to move or go. Pick one piece to remove. Just one. Maybe it's a decorative chair you never use. Maybe it's a second coffee table or a bulky plant stand. See how the room feels without it. And don't worry, removing furniture doesn't mean sacrificing comfort. In fact, it often improves it. Fewer items means easier cleaning, better light flow, and less mental clutter. Plus, your space will feel more open and relaxing. If removing isn't an option, try repositioning. Even shifting a chair a few inches can dramatically improve the feel and flow of a room. Place frequently used furniture near lighting sources, and avoid blocking windows or doorways. Here's another tip. Keep cords, baskets, and footrests out of walkways. Use cord organizers or floor tape to secure them along baseboards, where they're less likely to trip you up. And if you're using mobility aids like a cane, walker, or even just moving more cautiously these days, every extra inch matters. The easier it is to move around, the safer and more confident you'll feel. Because here's the bottom line. You shouldn't have to navigate your living room. You should be able to enjoy it. The best spaces aren't the ones packed with things. They're the ones that make life easier, not harder. So take a fresh look at your layout. What can go? What can shift? One small change today could be the reason you feel more relaxed and more secure at home tomorrow. 5. Slippery floors without proper footwear or mats. Fix. Anti-slip mats. Proper indoor shoes with grip. Here's a tough truth that often gets overlooked. Slippery floors don't care how careful you are. One moment of inattention, one slick step, and that's all it takes. I know because I've lived it. The floor looked clean. I just finished mopping and was feeling pretty proud of how nice the place looked. But the next time I walked through in my socks, I slid just enough to lose my balance. One knee slammed into the floor, and I sat there, stunned, grateful it wasn't worse. If you've ever caught yourself slipping just slightly on hardwood, tile, or laminate, take it as a sign. These sleek surfaces are beautiful, but they can also be treacherous without the right protection. As we age, our reflexes aren't what they used to be. Bones are more fragile. Recovery takes longer. So every fall avoided is a win. And the best way to win is by making your floors work with you, not against you. Let's start with one of the most overlooked factors, what you're wearing on your feet. Socks may be cozy, but they're slippery, especially on polished floors. Barefoot? Even worse. And most slippers? Let's be honest, many are just soft fabric on the bottom. No grip, no support. If you spend most of your time at home, investing in a pair of indoor shoes with proper grip is one of the best decisions you can make. Think of them like your seatbelt, something you use without thinking, because it protects you every day. Look for rubber soles with traction, a secure fit, nothing that flops or slips off. Lightweight support, especially if you have balance issues. These aren't clunky shoes, they're safe. Stable footwear that gives you confidence in every step. Next, your floors themselves. Are there any spots that feel slick underfoot? Maybe in front of the sink, near the TV, or by the entrance. That's where anti-slip mats come in. These aren't your old shaggy rugs. Look for low-profile, rubber-backed mats that stay in place and won't curl up at the edges. They add safety without getting in the way. Even better, many anti-slip mats today are washable, stylish, and come in neutral tones that blend into any decor. Want to go the extra mile? Use non-slip floor wax or grip spray designed for hardwood or tile. These treatments add invisible traction without changing the look of your floor. And don't forget moisture. Spills, pet water bowls, even condensation near windows can create slick spots. You may not see until it's too late. Consider placing absorbent mats near doors and high-risk areas, or at the very least, get into the habit of checking regularly. Here's the bottom line. Your home should be a place where you feel steady and secure. You shouldn't have to tiptoe around your living room or hold onto furniture just to cross the floor. Think of every change you make, like adding a mat or slipping on the right shoes, as a form of self-respect. A quiet way of saying, I matter. My comfort and safety come first, because they do. 6. Heavy or unstable chairs. Fix. Replace with supportive, stable chairs with arms. Here's a question we don't ask ourselves enough. How easy is it to sit down and get back up from your favorite chair? For many older adults, the answer is not very. And that's not because we've suddenly become weak. It's because the chair we're using just isn't designed with us in mind anymore. It might be the recliner you've had for 20 years, or that antique wooden rocker that's been in the family forever. Or maybe it's a modern-looking slipper, chair with soft cushions and zero arm support. Whatever it is, if it's too low, too soft, too unstable, or just too heavy to move, then it's quietly working against you. Here's the thing. As we age, our knees, hips, and core strength all play a role in mobility. But when your chair sinks too deep, has no arms, or wobbles when you shift your weight, it creates a perfect storm for discomfort or even injury. Have you ever gone to stand up, but the chair didn't support you? Maybe it rocked back or shifted under you, or left you straining your arms and legs just to rise. That's not just inconvenient, it's risky. I remember visiting a neighbor who had this beautiful, oversized lounge chair. It looked so inviting, but once I sat down, I practically disappeared into it. Getting up took 2 tries and a serious push off the coffee table. We both laughed it off, but later that night, I thought, that could have gone very differently. So let's talk about what to look for in a safer, senior-friendly chair. 1. Armrests you can push off of. This is huge. Arms give you leverage. They make it easier to lower yourself down gently and rise back up confidently. Avoid chairs without arms unless they're purely decorative. 2. Firm support. Not too soft, not too hard. You want to feel supported, not swallowed. The cushion should let you sit upright with your knees, level with or slightly below your hips. 3. Stable legs. Avoid chairs that rock, swivel, or are lightweight enough to shift when you lean. If it moves when you do, it's a fall risk. 4. Proper height. Ideal seat height is about 18 to 20 inches from the ground. Too low, and you'll strain to stand. Too high, and it's uncomfortable to sit. And if you have a chair you love, but it's just a bit too low or soft, don't worry, you don't have to give it up. You can add a firm seat cushion for height and support or place furniture. Risers under the legs to raise it. Just enough to make standing easier. You deserve to sit comfortably and feel safe doing it. Because the chair you sit in every day should make your life easier, not harder. It should support your body, respect your needs, and adapt to your life as it is now, not how it used to be. So take a walk through your living room. Test your favorite chair. Ask yourself, does it help me up or make me struggle? Is it stable and firm or wobbly and deep? Can I trust it? If the answer is no, then it's time for a change. Because one good chair can make the difference between independence and needing help, between enjoying your day or bracing for it. 7. Too many cords and plugs. Fix. Cord organizers, wireless charging, or repositioning lamps. You know what's scarier than a cluttered drawer? A cluttered floor full of cords, especially when you don't even realize they're there until your foot catches one. Let's be honest. Most of our homes weren't built for the digital age. We've added lamps, phone chargers, routers, extension cords, space heaters, power strips, all necessary, all useful. But when they start snaking across the floor or piling up behind furniture, they quietly turn your cozy living room into a minefield. One bad step, one tug on the wrong cable, and suddenly you're tangled, off balance, or worse, on the ground. I once tripped on a charging cord that had slid just slightly into the walkway. My phone was plugged in, and when I caught the wire, not only did I almost fall, the phone went flying across the room. It was a near miss, but it never should have been a risk in the first place. And that's the reality. Most cord-related accidents are totally preventable. So let's talk solutions, because making your living room safer doesn't have to mean giving up convenience or modern devices. Start with a cord check. Take a fresh look around your living room, especially near the couch or recliner, entertainment centers, reading corners, walkways, and entry points. Ask yourself, are cords stretched across areas where I walk? Are power strips overloaded or hard to reach? Do I have to bend down or reach behind furniture just to plug something in? If the answer to any of those is yes, it's time to simplify. Fix number 1. Cord organizers and covers. Use cord clips, floor runners, or even decorative cable sleeves to secure wires along walls or furniture legs. This keeps them out of sight and out of your way. Floor cord covers can be especially helpful for any cords that must cross a walking area, making them visible and trip-resistant. Fix number 2. Wireless charging options. If you use a smartphone or tablet, consider switching to wireless charging pads. No more fumbling with cables. Just set the device down, done. They're affordable and make a big difference in daily ease. Fix number 3. Reposition lamps and devices. Many cords become hazards simply because the furniture layout hasn't been updated. Could you move a lamp closer to an outlet? Use a battery-powered light instead? Or relocate a charging station to a safer, more accessible surface? A small change in positioning can eliminate a major fall risk. Label everything. If you've got a tangle of cords behind your TV or couch, label each one. That way, you're not unplugging the wrong thing or wrestling with wires just to reset your Wi-Fi. It's a 5-minute fix that saves hours of frustration down the line. Here's the bottom line. Cords might seem like a minor annoyance, but in the wrong place, at the wrong time, they can become a major danger. This isn't about being paranoid. It's about being proactive. Your home should support your movements, not sabotage them. And every cord you tuck away, every hazard you remove, is one more step toward the comfort, freedom, and peace of mind you deserve. Don't wait for a stumble to make the change. Take a few minutes today to cord-proof your space and breathe easier knowing you've made your home safer for yourself and anyone who visits. 8. Harsh or dated lighting. Fix. Swap out bulbs for softer, warmer light tones. Here's something we rarely think about until it starts affecting us every day. Lighting. Not whether we have it, but whether it's the right kind. Many older living rooms are still lit by old-school overhead fixtures or bright, cold white bulbs that feel more like a hospital waiting room than a place to relax. And even though you may be used to it, harsh or outdated lighting can strain your eyes, dull your mood, and even mess with your sleep. But the good news? Fixing it is one of the easiest and most affordable ways to completely transform how your space feels. Let's break it down. First, why lighting matters. More. As we age, as we get older, our eyes naturally need more light to see clearly. But that doesn't mean we need brighter light. We need better light. Harsh, blue-tone bulbs, like many older LEDs and fluorescents, can actually make a room feel colder and less welcoming, exaggerate shadows that make walking tricky, cause glare, which increases eye strain and reduces visibility, disrupt melatonin production, making it harder to wind down at night. And all of that adds up to one thing. Your living room doesn't feel like a place you want to rest. I had a friend in her late 60s who said her living room never felt cozy, even though she had lovely furniture and soft rugs. We changed nothing but the bulbs, from bright white to a warm 2700K soft white. That evening, she said, "It's like my room finally exhaled." So, here's what you can do today. 1. Swap out old bulbs. Look for LEDs in the 2700K, 3000K range. That's a soft, warm white. easy on the eyes and far more relaxing than the crisp, blue-tinted daylight bulbs. They're also energy efficient and last for years. 2. Layer your lighting. Instead of relying on one harsh ceiling light, create a mix of a floor lamp near your reading chair, table lamps at eye level to reduce overhead glare, accent lights to highlight photos or art. This adds warmth, dimension, and better visibility without the harshness. 3. Use smart bulbs or dimmers. Smart bulbs let you adjust brightness and color temperature throughout the day, brighter and cooler in the morning, softer and warmer in the evening. Many now respond to voice commands or remotes, perfect for anyone with limited mobility. 4. Eliminate shadows in walking paths. Check for dark corners, especially near stairs, doorways, or where you sit and stand often. Adding a small lamp or wall light there can make a big difference in both safety and atmosphere. Lighting isn't just about seeing, it's about feeling. The right light makes your space feel alive, gentle, welcoming. It reduces eye strain, lowers your risk of tripping, and lifts your mood without you even realizing it. Here's the truth. You don't need a renovation to make your home feel better. Sometimes, it's as simple as changing the color of the light. Think of it as giving your living room a gentle glow-up, one that respects your eyes, your comfort, and your peace of mind. So tonight, when you turn on your lamps, ask yourself, does this light make me feel calm, or does it make me squint? If it's the latter, you know what to do. 9. Hard-to-reach essentials. Fix. Keep remotes, books, medications, and other daily use items within easy reach. Let me ask you something simple. What do you reach for every day in your living room? Your remote? Glasses? A favorite book? Maybe your evening medications? Now think about where those items actually are. If you're like many older adults, the things you use most are often just out of reach. On a low shelf, tucked behind a lamp, buried in a side drawer, or across the room entirely. And that small inconvenience? It builds up, physically and emotionally. I remember standing up one evening to grab my reading glasses, which were on a side table across the room. I was tired, my knees ached, and that one simple task felt like a chore. And I thought, why am I making life harder than it has to be? Here's the thing. As we age, convenience isn't a luxury. It's a form of safety and self-care. Every extra reach, every awkward bend, every time we have to twist or stretch or shuffle across the room, it adds risk, and sometimes pain. The truth is, living well after 60 starts with smart, subtle changes. And this one, it couldn't be simpler. Step 1. Identify your daily touch items. These are the things you use every single day. For most people, that includes TV remotes, glasses or magnifiers, reading material, a water bottle or teacup, phone or tablet, chargers, tissues, hand lotion, medications, a notebook or crossword puzzle. Take a moment, really think. What do you find yourself getting up for multiple times a day? Step 2. Bring them closer. Now ask yourself, could this be moved to a basket by my favorite chair? Would a small side table help? Could I use a caddy or organizer to keep everything together? You don't need a big overhaul. A simple tray, basket, or fabric organizer over the arm of your couch can make all the difference. There are even rolling carts or nesting tables that tuck neatly beside or under. Furniture, perfect for keeping items within reach but out of the way. And if you take medications at certain times, consider a discreet but visible pill organizer, kept on your side table so you never forget a dose simply because it's hidden in the kitchen or bathroom. Step 3. Think about how you reach. If you find yourself leaning awkwardly or straining to grab something, it's time for a reposition. Try to keep items at waist or arm level. Avoid storing things where you have to bend low or stretch high. It's not about laziness. It's about protecting your joints, your balance, and your comfort. And if you live with others, set boundaries. Let them know that certain items need to stay within your reach. This is about your independence. Here's the bottom line. The more your space serves you, the less effort life takes. It's not about cluttering the area. It's about making your comfort convenient. When everything you need is within arm's reach, something shifts. Your stress drops. Your body relaxes. You feel more in control. And suddenly, your living room isn't just a space, it's a support system. So tonight, before you settle in, ask yourself, what small thing could I move closer? What can I do to make my life easier? And then do it. Because every little change adds up to something powerful, a home that works for you, not against you. 10. Lack of emergency access. Fix. Clear walking paths. Ensure visible house number, phone within easy reach. Let's start with a question most of us never ask until it's too late. If you had an emergency right now, could help even find you? Could they reach your front door quickly? Could you reach your phone without stumbling through clutter or dark hallways? It's not something we like to think about, but it matters more than almost anything else. Because when every second counts, the smallest details make the biggest difference. I once heard a story from a woman in her 70s who slipped in her living room, reaching for the phone. Her cell phone was charging across the room. Her landline was on the kitchen counter, and her address numbers? Faded and nearly invisible at night. She was okay, thankfully, but the experience shook her. The truth is, a beautiful home means nothing if first responders can't find the front door, or if we can't safely call for help. That's why emergency access isn't just a safety feature. It's peace of mind. Let's talk through how to make sure your home is ready, just in case. Step 1. Clear the path, inside and out. Take a look at every walking route in and around your living room. From your favorite chair to the phone, from the hallway to the front door, from your bedroom to the exit. Ask yourself, are there cords, low tables, or footstools that block the way? Would someone with a stretcher or equipment be able to get through? Could you move quickly through that space if you had to? Solution: rearrange furniture so that walkways are wide, unobstructed, and well lit, especially the path from where you usually sit to the door or phone. A good rule: you should be able to walk through at night without bumping into anything. Step 2. Make your address visible. Go outside. Stand across the street. Can you clearly read your house numbers from there at night? If not, fix that today. Replace faded numbers. Add reflective ones. Consider solar lighting. Emergency responders need to find you fast. A small $10 fix can literally save your life. Also, make sure your doorbell works. And if you have a security gate, that emergency services can open it easily. Step 3. Keep emergency tools within reach. Your phone shouldn't be across the room. It should be close, always. Whether that means keeping your mobile phone next to your favorite chair, with a long charging cable if needed. Setting up a voice-activated assistant, like Alexa or Google Assistant, that can call for help. Or having a medical alert device or emergency call button nearby. Whatever works for you, make it accessible. Not buried in a drawer. Not left charging in the other room. If you wear a smartwatch or medical alert device, wear it consistently. These tools only work if they're on you when you need them. Bonus: post important info. Keep a printed emergency card somewhere visible, near the phone or taped inside a cabinet door with your name and address. Emergency contacts, medical conditions, medications and allergies. Paramedics are trained to look for these, and it helps them help you faster. Here's what it comes down to. You don't have to live in fear of what if, but you can live with confidence, knowing you're prepared. Because comfort isn't just about soft cushions and cozy lighting. It's about knowing that if something ever goes wrong, you've done your part to make sure help can get to you, fast and without delay. So take 10 minutes today, clear your path, check your numbers, move that phone closer. Because your safety is not a someday project. It's a right now priority. Absolutely. Here's your rewritten voiceover script within 1,000 characters. Crafted to maximize clarity, emotional connection, and relatability, while remaining actionable and suitable for a faceless video. I never gave my living room much thought, until the day I tripped over a rug. I'd walked across for years. I landed hard, bruised my hip, and sat there stunned. That fall wasn't just painful, it was a wake-up call. My body was telling me what I hadn't wanted to admit. My home had aged, but I hadn't adapted with it. That old setup, once comfortable, had quietly become risky. Since then, every change I make isn't just about how things look, it's about how they feel. About peace of mind. About moving through my space without fear. Because at this stage of life, safety and comfort aren't optional, they're essential. And they start with noticing the small things, before they cause big problems. Absolutely. Here's your voiceover-ready script within 800 characters, designed for emotional impact, clarity, and audience retention. This isn't just a living room anymore. It's a space where I feel calm, confident, and safe. Every small change I made took less than 15 minutes. But together, they transformed how I move and feel in my own home. No more worrying about tripping, stretching, or feeling off balance. Just ease. That's what we all deserve. A home that supports us, not one we have to tiptoe around. Because comfort after 60 isn't about luxury, it's about living fully, without fear. Certainly, here's the revised version within 800 characters, optimized to boost engagement, connection, and relatability. Which of these design mistakes have you seen in your own home? Or maybe a parent's or friend's? Drop it in the comments below. I read every one, and your suggestion might be the focus of our next video. If even one of these tips made you rethink your living room, give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe. You'll get more simple, life-changing ideas to help you stay safe, comfortable, and confident at home, one small change at a time.